It's one of the most dangerous ocean races around, sailing from Sydney, Australia to Hobart, Tasmania. But in 1998, a group of amateur sailors overcame hurricane-force winds and, get this, monstrous 80-foot waves to push themselves to victory. Our next guest says their story of triumph and survival provides timeless lessons in teamwork that could help you. Joining us right now is the author of Into the Storm, Lessons in Teamwork from the treacherous Sydney Hobart Ocean Race, Dennis Perkins. Dennis, welcome.
Great to be here.
You weren't at this race in particular.
I wasn't at this race. I did another one, but I wasn't there in '98.
So first off, some of the things you learned from this in particular, they have a smaller vessel than most. This is a huge storm. So many said go around the storm and did. These guys went into it. Why did that? Why did that work? What could we learn from that?
What we learned from that was that here you have a group of people who are in a small boat, and the temptation is to turn around and run for safety. But they realized that if that happened, they could easily be rolled, as some other boats were. So they huddled, they thought about it together, and they decided we need to sail into this storm, even though it means sailing hundreds of miles into the Bass Strait.
And you just know those stats, 80-foot waves. I'm going around it, but that's me.
Yeah.
But here we go. Some of the lessons you boil down to in your book. Number one, put team unity first. Make the team the rock star. Can't be about one person.
Absolutely. And some of the professional boats have rock stars come in. They're sort of prima donnas. Everything works around them. In the Midnight Rambler, everyone is on board. Everyone pitches in. I was just there for the start of the race, and I saw the skipper sponging the bottom of the boat to clean it off. I mean, everyone pitches in.
But where's leadership? Sometimes people say in a group like that, you need leadership. You need somebody to take the helm. But you're saying everyone's equal.
Everyone's equal in terms of pitching in. However, Ed Saltus, the skipper, sets the stage. He sets the passion. But there's a collaboration and what I would call distributed leadership. So it doesn't mean it's a democracy, but it means that the leadership roles are spread around.
All right, Dennis, you say take calculated risks like the one we just discussed, going into the storm.
Absolutely. So they were thinking about what should we do. They saw other boats sliding down the faces of these big waves, and they said, even though it feels more dangerous, the right thing for us to do is to sail hundreds of miles into the storm.
You know, it reminds me, too, on a simpler level, someone saying, look at my stack of bills, how am I ever going to pay them?
Yep.
Instead of walking by those bills, dive into them, make the call, and see what you can do.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
You say practice resilience, master the art of rapid recovery. Don't beat up on yourself if you do make a mistake, right?
Absolutely. In ocean races, boats are going to go over. In life, we're going to encounter problems. What they developed to an art form was the ability to, and imagine the scene, 1 minute you're in the water, you're swimming for your life, the boat's been knocked over. The next minute, you're back at your station racing. And that was the art form that they developed.
And also, if you're afraid to make a mistake, afraid of making that wrong decision, you're paralyzed by non-decision.
Exactly.
Make a decision knowing that the worst comes to worst, you make another decision, get yourself out of it.
Exactly.
All right, the final one that you want to go over, and it's all in your book, never give up. There's always another move.
Okay, so this is a theme that runs throughout all the survival stories I've studied. Looking at problems that may seem insoluble under the conditions at least conducive to creativity and saying, hey, we can fix this. There is a winning scenario. We can find the answer working together. There's always another move.
Do you believe there's always an answer?
I believe
there's always an answer to every problem?
I believe there is always an answer, or at least that mindset is the one that enables you to overcome enormous odds.
Well, the name of the book, which is out now, Lessons in Teamwork from the treacherous Sydney to the Hobart Ocean Rescue. You're the author of Into the Storm. Thanks so much for joining us, Dennis, and hopefully people picked up something who never even have any interest in going into the ocean.
It's my pleasure.
Or going into an 80-foot wave. I know I don't. Thanks so much, Dennis. Great meeting you.